is Des. Welcome to my channel. I feel really awkward talking to my camera right now because I'm in public and I always feel very self-conscious when I'm in public. It's not helpful that when I'm trying to talk about today it's kind of personal, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm really glad you're here. This is going to be a video updating everybody. Even though I keep doing videos like that, I promise that I will stop soon. I'm trying to make this my last video where I just sit and talk because I've been making those almost all my content. I have like 5 videos now and they're almost all just me talking. So I have a lot to fill you guys in on. I have a lot to fill you guys in on because the last time I filmed, not the last time I uploaded, the last time I filmed was in like June or July, and now it's November, so I don't know what I've been doing with my life. I'm just kidding. I do. You guys don't, so that's what this video is for. A lot has happened to just make it short. Oh, for starters, my hair is green and I really like it. I thought at first that I made a huge mistake because I looked at myself in the mirror and I thought I looked like the Joker, but it turns out that I really like it. I changed my hair color a lot and I thought that this might be the last time I change it, go green, and then afterwards dye my hair dark brown. But since I dyed it green, I'm like, screw that. I want to try a bunch of different colors. It just sounds fun. And I feel like that's a good segue for me to talk about me and Cameron. We broke up and it's not that big of a deal, honestly, which is really surprising. I definitely thought that us breaking up would break me, but it didn't. And I am pleasantly surprised at that. Things for me have been way better than I ever could have imagined. Something I want to say about that is me and him dated for almost 4 years, not 4 years straight, but that's still a long time. And so even though initially after we broke up, I was doing a lot better than I thought I would have been able to do, I was doing a lot better than I would have thought possible. But even then, it was really, really hard because my entire life at that point was so accustomed to having everything revolve around me and him. And it was really hard just waking up every morning and realizing that things were different. My heart had a really hard time adjusting to that because even though logically my brain knew that we were broken up, my heart was still stuck in the same place. And you know, the way that I feel hasn't necessarily changed, but the way I have to live has to change because there are things about our relationship that weren't making me thrive. And for a really long time, I pushed that back and thought that maybe it was either my fault and it was associated with my mental health or something. I was blaming it on myself, but I was also trying not to consider it. I was trying not to acknowledge it because there can be really, really good times, but then sometimes every other moment besides good times doesn't feel great. And I really don't blame anybody for that. It's just how it was, and that's why I don't blame anybody for us breaking up. It just needed to happen. And we'll see what the future holds. I don't know. I'm still really young and I don't want to be tied down to anything really because there are so many things that I want to do on my own, and there are so many things that I'm passionate about that I just really want to fulfill, because if I never try doing those things, then what is the point for my life, you know? The good thing is that the entire time I was dating Cameron, he always really supported me in the things that I wanted to do. Not to say that he also enjoyed those things, but he always made sure that I was doing them at least on my own, and that helped a lot. He really supported me getting my own friends and doing my own thing and following my passions. And I'm really happy to say that I've been doing that. I've been doing all of that. And I've been pretty successful at it. I've picked up ukulele and I started learning guitar, which is to say I bought a guitar and it is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And I really love playing it because it just has so much resonance compared to a ukulele. And it reminds me of when I played bass 4 in band for like one parade. Even though that thing was heavy, it was so fulfilling and so nice to carry it. Whenever you hit the drum, you feel it like in your chest, the sound, and that just feels so nice. Me and Cameron are on pretty good terms right now, as far as I could tell, and that makes me really happy because me and him are really, really good friends, and we have been even before we dated. So I would have hated if, you know, we just never talked to each other again. So thankfully, I think things are going well. I'm really, really glad that we broke up when we did, because there was a time, maybe in like November or something, when we considered breaking up then, and if we had, I would have been ruined, because that was like the worst of my depression, and I was still in online school only, as opposed to now, which I have an online class still, but things have gone back to being in person mostly, and so it's really, really nice being able to see people again and to not feel like my life is at stake. Even though COVID is still a big problem, I'm fortunate enough to say that where I live, people are able to access the vaccine and get their first and second shots and even the boosters now. I know it's not that way everywhere, because my dad lives in the Philippines and he tells me how it is over there, but I don't know where I was going with that. Well, I'm glad that things are in person, even though COVID is still a problem. It just makes life so much easier for me right now, because I get to actually see people and hang out with them and not be afraid to get sick every time. I'm really grateful for the friends I have right now. I didn't really think that it was possible to make close friends. I don't know, it's so weird. Everything is different, but I just feel safe, which I feel really fortunate for, because when me and Cameron broke up, I felt very insecure, insufficient. I don't know, I just felt like I lacked something. Oh my god, I'm getting bug bites. My back is really itchy. I had to put bug spray on my feet today just when I was doing my makeup outside, because I got 4 bug bites on my ankles. I really should have put it on my back too. I'm really grateful for my friends, because even though my friend groups have changed, there are just so many great people in the world. And I've met so many new people, and it just makes me feel so happy. I feel like I've done things that I never would have imagined doing, but I don't regret it at all, because I feel like the person I used to be, like, I always wanted to have fun, but I just never thought I deserved it. And I never thought I was cool enough to do anything like that, but now I feel a lot better about myself. I'm really happy to feel welcome and feel like I have a place with some people, because the group of friends that I had for the last couple of years, or at least the last year, sorry, there's gnats, I felt like I don't know. The way they treated me is weird, because I know that they love me. They say that they did, and I know that they do, but it's just the way that nothing ever was for me in that group. Like, they tolerated me and they included me, which was great, and I really needed that, but it was always about them, and I didn't feel like I had a place to be welcome there. I felt like I was just a stowaway, you know, like stuffed in the corner. That's a weird analogy, but it wasn't very inclusive. That's all I'm trying to say. And I don't dislike them at all. I'm just really happy that I have better things now that are more accustomed to me. I've had a really great time since the last time I uploaded, even though that's not to say that I haven't had my lows, because I have. And even like 2 days ago, I was in a low, but life is ebb and flow. And it's okay to have low times, because that means that life is just preparing you to come back up. Something that happened just a couple days ago is that my catalytic converter got stolen from my Prius, and I'm still trying to figure out what to do. I have to call a lot of people, and that kind of triggered some depression in me, because I already had my wallet stolen. I didn't say this, but I had my wallet stolen at the end of October, and I had to get all new debit cards, and I still have to get a new ID, but I just hate having to do all that stuff for myself. It's really scary for me, especially when my family expects me to just be able to do everything by myself, which I'm not that great at. The fact that my converter is gone doesn't even bother me that much. I just wish that I was better at fixing things and doing things for myself, because asking for help gives me a lot of stress and it makes me feel really bad about myself. And when I can't have that much support from my family, I don't know. I think it's just because they think I'm fine, but it's just really hard on me. I don't know what to say. It's just hard. I don't know. I just wish that people I wish that people would work with me more than just put everything on me, because it feels like a really, really heavy burden. Even when it's just a couple phone calls, it feels really overwhelming. I hate crying. I can't believe, I mean, I don't hate crying. I can't believe I keep crying. Stop. If you know me or get to know me at all, you'll know I cry all the time, so sorry, not sorry, but I don't know. I think that's all I have to say about that. Okay, my last video I was talking about the things I was working on and what I was striving to do better at, and I think that I've done a pretty good job of that. And now it's almost the end of the year and I feel proud of myself. I feel really proud of myself and really proud of how strong I am, and I'm just really grateful that I've made it this far, because now I get to do the things that I love and I get to keep growing and achieving more and just living life, and I'm so grateful for all of that. Life is good. Life is good, and I'm really proud of myself for getting outside my comfort zone so much, for believing in myself, and for doing things that I love to do every single day. I made a poetry account, and it's private because I don't want people to like copy my work or anything, but I've posted so far 59 poems, one for every day since around September or something, and I have a couple I need to catch up on, but I'm just really proud to see all that, even on my YouTube channel, even though I haven't been posting much at all, to see that I have something to show for myself in a way. Even if not all of it is perfect, even if none of it is perfect, I'm just really proud of myself for putting a foot forward and for being brave and for making things that I love. Anyways, I think that's it for me. So I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. I hope you count your blessings and think of what you're grateful for. I hope that you guys are in a good place, and even if you're not, I encourage you to think of anything that you're still grateful for, because those things really count. Bye guys.